do half cars, okay, to start. So we've done these before where we kind of start from here, okay? So we'll have our stick on just for balance, so wherever side you want. And all we're gonna do is sweep the foot over and then lift that knee up towards our chest. So that's external rotation, right? So think your knees this way or hips that way. External rotation, then we're gonna just slide that heel under the knee and then open wide, but don't let this hip come, okay? And then we'll close it back off, externally rotate, and slowly bring it back to the floor. All right? So we'll do 4 just like that. Did you see that, Christian? So you're gonna sweep the foot over and then lift that knee up. Try to really keep that heel as high as you can, close to that knee, close to that knee. That's your external rotation. Then bring the heel under the knee and then open the hip up wide. And close it back off. Swing that heel over to your other hip and then slowly bring that leg back down. And we'll just reset. Okay, so 4 just like that. So scoop it over, lift that knee up, try to keep the heel right up there with that knee as best as possible. Slide the heel under, open the hip, close it off. Lift that heel up into external and then slowly bring it back down. Reset it. Nice position here. Scoop it over, bring that knee up. Really try to keep that heel as close to that knee as possible. Bring it up, external rotation max. Slide it under, open the hip. It's abduction in the hip, and then close it back off. Externally rotate that heel. Bring it right back to the floor. One more time, reset it. Ready, scoop it over. Start to bring that knee up. Keep the heel high. Find that max external rotation, slide the heel under, open the hip wide, close it back off, external rotation, and then slowly bring that foot back to the floor. All right, we'll switch sides. Just make sure the camera's working here. Yeah, okay. So we'll just do the same thing on the other side, all right? Nice strong stick, good strong left foot. All right, here we go. We're gonna bring that foot, scoop it over to the side, then bring that knee up towards the chest. Try to keep that heel in external rotation. Slide it under the knee, open the hip wide. Keep this nice and square. Close it off. External rotation of the hip, and then slowly bring that leg back to the floor. Reset. Deep breath in. Exhale, scoop that foot over. External rotation of the hip, bring that knee up towards the chest, find your max flexion, bring that heel under the knee, open, close, external rotation, slowly bring that foot back down and reset. 2 more, scoop it over, bring that knee up, keep the heel with the knee, find that external, slide it under, open, good square hip, close, external, slowly bring it down. 1 more time, reset, nice and square, strong left leg, deep breath in, exhale, scoop it over and start to bring that knee up high, bring the heel with the knee, find that external rotation, bring it under, open, close, external rotation, slowly back down. All right, gonna get a little hairy here, guys. We're gonna go back to the other side. Okay, we're gonna do our pails and rails here. Now we've done similar, I think we've done similar drills here where we have our knee and we hold on, right? And then we let go and we wanna try and keep that position. So today we're gonna do it a little bit different. What we're gonna do is you're gonna bring that knee up towards your chest, so find that max hip flexion, okay? So right where that knee can come as high as possible, and you're gonna grab one of that shin with that left hand. Okay, so we're nice and strong, all in this position. Toes are flexed towards your shin. Coming, Cole. Okay, and from here we're gonna push. So think about trying to push that shin, like that leg, back down to the floor. So you feel your hamstring and glute. Okay, and that's gonna be our pail. So you're pushing against that hand. The hand's gonna prevent that leg from going down. So about 10 or 15% of your effort, just pushing into that hand, holding right there. Feel that hip flexor on. Feel that hamstring on. Hold right there, and in 3, 2, let go of the shin and keep it in that position. Use the front of this leg. Hold it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Grab back onto that shin. Put a little higher maybe. Ready? In 3, 2, and 1. Start pushing against that hand. Push that shin against that hand. Feel the hamstring, the back of the glute, and the hip flexor all come on. And hold it right there. 10 or 15% of your effort pushing into that hand. Hold, hold, hold. In 3, 2, and 1. Let go and hold that position. Maybe get that knee a little higher and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's slowly bring it to the floor. Good stuff, okay? So when you're pushing out, I want you to really think about this stuff coming alive, okay? Really, you're probably feeling it in the front as well, but try to really wake up this glute and hamstring. And then when we're lifting, holding it in position, it should be more the front of the leg, okay? Let's go other side, strong stick. Bring that knee up to the chest. Grab onto that shin with the right hand. Find your max flexion, so max hip flexion where you can lift that knee up, and you want to just keep it right there with that hand, okay? Strong stick, strong left leg, deep breath in. Exhale, start pushing down. Feel that hamstring and glute. Push down into that hand. Maybe 15% of your effort, nice and firm right there. Just hold that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now try to hold your position. Let go of that shin and hold it. Lift it up a little higher. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Grab back onto the shin and breathe. And out. One more time in. And on the exhale, start pushing that leg against the hand again. 10, maybe 15. Let's get to 20% effort. Nice and firm. Hold that position strong. 5, 4, 3, 2. Let go of that shin and pull that knee closer to your body. Pull it a little bit higher. Nice and strong and firm here for 5, 4. Keep those toes flexed. 3, 2, and 1. And slowly bring it back down on the floor. Whoo-wee. Okay. Think we woke up the front of our hips yet? We're going to do, oh, these are awesome. Okay, so figure 4, wicked. Okay, so we're gonna sit down for a few drills here. So we're gonna sit in the figure 4 position. It looks like this, okay? So basically, if you can't have your knee flat on the ground, actually start with the left leg, because that's what we started with. So if your knee is like kind of like really like up here, or it's super uncomfortable for you to sit in this position, put a block under your knee. You can also sit on a pillow or something, okay? But what we're doing here is we're gonna do our pail. So basically we're pushing down that same hamstring we were doing with the knee bent, while we were flexed, we're gonna think about it with the same thing with the straight leg, okay? So you can post your hands up right behind you, nice and tall and proud chest, okay? Flex those toes. And all we're gonna do is think about pushing that heel down into the floor. So think you're actually like trying to go like this with your leg down into the floor, okay? So nice and strong, deep breath in. Nice proud chest, and exhale, start pushing that heel down into the ground. Feel the hamstring, feel the back of that leg, okay? Probably won't feel too much, but really try to apply that pressure through the heel. Feel the back of that leg. Nice and firm, 10, 20, 30%. Nice and strong. Push that leg, push that heel down into the ground. Deep breath in. And exhale, just relax. Okay, so you should feel all kinds of stuff through the top here, but really try to isolate the strength and the tension through the back of the leg, okay? Toes are flexed, deep breath in. Exhale, start pushing that leg down into the ground. Push, push, push that heel straight down into the ground. Feel that hamstring, feel the back of that butt. Feel your hip flexor, 20, 30% effort, nice and firm. Hold here, and then just relax. Okay, here we go. So from here, we're gonna do some lift offs. I want you to stay nice and firm so your hands aren't gonna move, your chest is gonna stay nice and proud, that heel's nice and strong into the ground. Deep breath in, and exhale, you're just gonna lift that leg. Try to lift that leg up off the ground, just using the hip flexor, and then slowly place it back down. Okay, so we really wanna use this stuff, okay? So first thing, push that heel down a little bit, apply a little bit of pressure into the ground. Now feel all those muscles that come on. Now use those muscles to lift that leg up and hold for 3, 2, 1, and slowly set it back down. Do 4 of them, so 2 more. Deep breath in and out. Lift that leg up and hold. 3, 2, 1, and slowly set it down. One more time. You might feel some cramping in the top of this leg. That's totally normal, and that means you're actually doing the drill correctly. Let's fight through those cramps if you feel a deep breath in. Exhale, lift that leg up and hold. 3, 2, 1, and lower with control. All right, let's just switch sides. So we'll go just like so. Figure 4 on the other side. Nice straight right leg. Okay, position the block or pillow if you need it. Looks like both you guys are comfortable without. Nice straight chest, nice proud chest. So really push those hands away, Cole, for not. I don't want no curved back, eh? Hear me, Cole? Nice and strong, nice and proud. Okay, you're gonna start pushing that front heel down. Ready? Deep breath in and out. Start driving that front leg down into the ground. Push that heel, feel the back of that leg come alive. Don't let your knee come too high, Christian. Push a block under there if you need to. Yeah. Using that leg, push down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and just breathe here, relax. Let that leg sink into the ground. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, start pushing that leg again. Push that heel down into the ground. Feel everything that comes alive. Remember this. Remember the muscles that are working here. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and just relax right here. Let everything relax for a moment. Nice and proud in the chest here. Here we go. You okay, Cole? Your groin bothering you?
No.
Okay, ready? Deep breath in. Put a little bit of pressure through that heel. And exhale. Let's lift that leg up and hold for 3, 2, 1. And slowly set it back down. A little bit of pressure with that heel. Deep breath in, exhale, and lift and hold. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly back down. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift and hold. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly set it down. Let's make sure we keep our toes flexed the whole way. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift and hold. Right there. Hold that. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly set it back down. Awesome. We'll switch back to the other side. Okay. We're going to stay nice and proud and tall just like this. Okay. Now, what we can do to make this a little bit easier, or harder, I should say. So this is pretty easy because we have our arms to help support. So we'll try the first time just like this. So stay how we were. So figure 4, you got your right leg bent there, Cole. There we go. Okay, so just like this, all we're going to do is we're going to point the toes this time. Then we're going to lift the leg. And we're going to do 3 little circles. Tiny, tiny little circles, as small as you can. Nice and controlled. Freeze. And then other direction. 1, 2, and 3. And set it back down. All right. So the point of this is we want to get little tiny circles. So imagine if someone's finger was right here and you want to do just a little tiny circle around that finger. Little tiny circle around that finger. Okay? So our hands were here. Let's bring our hands right here. Okay? So you're going to have your hands right here in front of you this time. So one hand in front of that bent leg and one hand just outside of that knee. Point those toes. And ready? Lift that leg. Point those toes. 3 tiny little circles. Really small and controlled. Feel that core. Freeze. Other direction. 1, 2, and 3. And slowly set it back down. Any cramps? Okay. The further you get out over this leg, the harder this drill is, okay? Because you're limiting the range within that hip flexor, okay? So you could bring those hands even a little bit further if you want. There you go, Cole. You found the cramp, did you? Point those toes. Ready? We're going to lift that leg up. 3 little circles, one direction. Nice and slow and controlled. Freeze. Other way. 1, 2, and 3. And freeze. And slowly set it down. Shake that leg out. We'll switch sides. So that's your body, right? We're in end range. So what these are called is end range rotations. So we're trying to find the max. So that's our hip flexion, right? I can't lift my hip any more than that, especially when I get it over my body. So what we're trying to do is tell ourselves we're strong in this position. So we're doing end range rotations, okay? So that's what this is called. So we'll start the first one. You're gonna have your hands behind you. So post up, nice and strong, proud chest, point those toes, and then lift that leg. Let's get 3 firm, nice little circles, super controlled. These will be the easiest ones. Freeze. Other direction, nice and slow. Freeze and set it down. All right, bring your hands in front. So one just in front of your leg and one maybe beside your knee. Deep breath in. Relax that body, point those toes, lift that leg. And here we go, 3 little circles. 1, 2, and 3, and freeze. Other direction, 2, and 3, and freeze. And then slowly set it down. One more here. Maybe come a little further. Stay where you're at, wherever you need to be. Let's really max this one out though, okay? Find your position. Deep breath in and out. Let that quad relax. And here we go. In, point those toes. And as you exhale, let's lift that leg. Find 3 tiny little circles right there. Freeze. Other direction. 2 and 3 and freeze. And set it back down. Shake out those legs if you need to. Those are excellent, right? Great stuff. So that tells you all the weakness right through this muscle right in your quad, right? Is that where you guys feel it? That's where the cramp happens? Right there, right? That's the one. Okay, we're gonna do some level 3 frogs before we move on. So you guys know what frog is, right? That's where I think we've done frog together. Have we ever done frog together? No? You guys know what frog is? Frog is this one. So you're gonna be just like this, okay? I want your feet like that, okay? So I want your heels and your ankles lined up with your knees, just like so. So basically it's your spread eagle, but on the floor, right? So think if you're like coming around doing your spread eagle on the net, that's how I want your knees to kind of be positioned, okay? So you're gonna be just like this, but on the ground, right? Just like that, but on the ground. So I don't care how close your crotch gets to the ground, really. Like I'm pretty flexible. You guys aren't gonna get as low as me, that doesn't matter. But think about pushing your butt kind of back towards your heels a little bit, okay? So find your position, find where you need to be, just like this, and then try to make sure your butt is this way, not way up here, okay? So kind of in line with those knees, and then we're just gonna come right down onto your elbows. Okay, so just like this, and we're just gonna breathe here for a little while. Just let your nervous system relax. Deep breath in and out. Okay, so just keep breathing, keep that going. I'm gonna adjust my position, but you stay there. Okay, so we're gonna just breathe in and breathe out. So as you breathe in, think about getting longer through the spine, nice and tall. Maybe your butt sinks further to your heels. And then as you exhale, just let your groin relax, right? All that tension in the center of your body that's telling you it's nervous to be in this position. When you exhale, relax that. Deep breath in. And then relax on the exhale. Tell your nervous system you're safe in this position. Get nice and strong here because we're going to start applying some pressure. Okay, so first thing we're doing is just kind of relaxing in this position. So spend about a minute or two just breathing here. Relaxing, sinking into your depths of that groin, okay? Probably the most sensitive area that you guys have right here. This, when I first sat in frog in my first yoga class, I was pretty much like you, Cole. I was almost sitting in a tabletop, okay? So it takes time, and it's not a matter of how close this happens. It's a matter of just finding where you can be in your end range, okay? So wherever you are right now, it's totally fine. Deep breath in and out, relax. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. On our pail, we're gonna think about trying to close our knees. So actually trying to like push out of this position, right? So pushing our knees closer together against the ground. That's our pail. So you don't have to start now, but you can kind of feel what that tension feels like. Then our rail is gonna be the opposite. So we're trying to pull our knees up off the ground. So actually like turn on your glute and then try to lift your knees up. They're never gonna lift. You're actually trying to get deeper. By lifting your knees, you're actually bringing your groin closer to the floor, okay? So first thing, you're pushing out of it as if you were coming off the floor by pushing your knees together, and then we're gonna pull our knees apart to get deeper, okay? So get comfortable here, deep breath in and out. First round, we won't go too hard, okay? So deep breath in. On the exhale, just start pushing those knees gently into the ground, maybe 10%. Feel that tension in your groin, maybe 20%, but that's it. Hold it right there, nice and firm. 10 seconds at that tension, okay? Hold. 7, 6, 5, 4. Maintain your tension. 3. Feel that core that's on. Keep it on, okay? 2, 1. Now reverse it. Think about trying to lift your knees up off the mat. Use your glutes. Use your butt to try to pull your knees deeper down. Pull, pull, pull. 3, 2, 1. And then just relax. Breathe in. And really relax on the exhale. Tell everything to calm down. One more round, okay? This time we'll go a little bit harder. Deep breath in. Exhale, start pushing those knees down into the mat. Start pushing, pushing. Let's go 10, 20, 30% effort, maybe up to 40. Everything should be on here. Your upper body pushing down into the mat, nice and firm. Maintain that strength. Hold right there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now reverse. Lift those knees up off the mat. Really use your glutes to pull your knees deeper and wider. Pull, pull, pull for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And breathe here. Stay in this position. Just breathe in and out. In and out. Just relax. Let your groin relax. All right. You can slowly come out of this. It's sometimes tricky. The way I get out of this so I don't kill myself, I come up onto my hands first. So I come right up onto my hands so I can use them kind of like a push-up. And then I curl my toes under and I use my body to get up out of that so I don't destroy my hips. Okay, shake it out a little bit, boys. Those are tough, really tough, especially for us guys. We got a lot of junk going on down there. Okay, whoo-wee. So let's do our capsule cars, and then we'll do some global lock in the work here with our hips, okay?
How's it going?
You okay?
Yeah.
Cole, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so we'll start with our left leg again. So strong stick with the right, strong right foot. And we'll bring our left knee up to our chest. Find that max hip flexion right to here. So wherever that is. And the knee's gonna remain in that position. Here, we'll wait for Cole to get set up. You ready, buddy? Okay, so left leg up. Find that position, keep the knee right there. Don't change that knee's position, and we're gonna swing that heel over for external max. And then slowly bring it over for internal max. Back for external, nice and slow. Maintain your knee position. Flex your toes, please. Flex those toes up towards your shin, yeah. And then back, internal, external, internal. So think right now, that internal right there, that's your back leg in 90-90. External, that's your front leg in that 90-90. One more, internal. And then back to square, and you can bring that leg back to the ground. Do the other side. Nice and strong on the left leg. Bring that right knee up towards the chest. Maintain that knee position, and we're gonna swing that heel over for external max. And then slowly bring it back over. Internal max. External. Nice and slow and controlled. Internal. External, really turn through that hip. Maintain knee position. Internal, toes are flexed. Flex those toes, Cole. Yeah, one more time each way. Let's go internal. Actually, that was it. Internal, back to square. You can bring that back to the mat. You guys have a ball? If you have one, you can grab it. If not, it's not the end of the world. The ball's gonna go right behind your knee. So we'll just do our global hip cars here now, okay? So we can do them from a little bit of a bent knee. I like to do these from like an athletic stance, so like a hockey player stance. So we'll put it right behind this left knee. But use this stick for balance. It's not a stability drill. It's like we want to really lock in the work we just did with this left hip. Okay? So the ball will go right behind this left knee. Toes are going to stay flexed, and you're really going to have that ball squeeze. That's going to keep that hamstring on this left leg. Okay? Good strong stick. And we'll start by going back into extension and then externally rotating wide. Bring that hip up high, and then closing it off. Let's go 3 that same direction. Up, wide, and close. Extension, abduction, and close. One more time. Extension, abduction, and close. Okay, from here, let's go the other direction. So let's go back up to abduction, and then internal rotation into extension, back to home. Abduction, internal rotation into extension, back to home. Let's really try to maintain that right knee nice and bent, the same angle. Up, twist, and back. One more time. Abduction, internal rotation to extension, and then back to home. Good job. Switch sides. So that ball's gonna go right behind the right knee, get set up here, nice little bend in that left. Trouble seeing you guys, so you don't need to see my leg perfectly, do you? Right like that, okay? So nice strong stick. That ball's right behind that right knee, that hamstring's on. We're gonna kick into extension first, and then spin into abduction, and close it off. Extension, abduction, and close it off. 2 more this direction. Extension, abduction, close. Extension, maintain that knee. I can feel mine straightening here as I'm going through it. So really try to maintain your knee angle. All right, let's switch directions. Open, internal rotation to extension, and close. Open, internally rotate to extension, and close. 2 more. Open, spin. Really focus on moving just through that hip. Up, open, and spin into extension, and close it off. All right, how are your hips feeling? Good morning. All right, we're gonna get into quadruped, like tabletop, and we'll do a little bit of spinal stuff here. I got us to ending with some Cossack challenges, so hopefully we get there, it'll be good. So we'll do some tabletop stuff, some spine. What do I got here? Abduction with block feedback, hips. Oh shit, that's hard. Okay. I don't know why. Okay. So we'll just warm up our back a little bit first. So just like this in tabletop, right? So we've done these before, I'm sure. All we want to do, once we'll get Christian ready there. You ready, buddy? We'll start with our tailbone, okay? So everyone just in a normal flat back, however your natural spine position is. Your hands and shoulders are aligned, your wrists and shoulders are aligned, and your knees and hips are aligned. And I want your toes to stay curled under, just like that, so you have a good grip on the floor, okay? Starting with our tailbone. So let's start with our butt, start to tilt it up to the sky, and then slowly, slow as you can, move through your vertebrae one at a time and start to curve through your lower back, through your middle back, through the upper back, and then finally the neck, and then bring your gaze up to the sky. And now we're going to reverse it, starting with the tailbone again. So first tilt the tailbone under, then slowly come up the low back, slowly come up the middle back, slowly work your way up through the chest area, up into the neck, and then lastly let that chin come right down to your chest. One more, same direction. So starting with the tailbone, tilt it up high. Keep that chin right on your chest, right? Starting through the low back, then march your way up that middle back to the upper back, in between those shoulder blades, and then lastly let that chin come off the chest as your gaze comes up to the sky. And starting with that tailbone again, tilt that tailbone under, come up through the low back, through the middle back, all the way up through the neck, and then lastly let that chin come right to your chest. All right, we're going to reverse it now. So we're in this full U just like this, right? But this time we're going to start with our head, okay? So slowly take your chin off your chest, and then slowly bring your gaze up. But I don't want you heaving your neck, okay? So just bring your gaze up as much as possible, then coming down through your neck, through those shoulder blades, through the middle back. Really meditate on slowly going through each vertebrae until finally you're in the lower back. And lastly, tilt that tailbone right up to the sky. Awesome stuff. Here we go, starting with the head again, okay? So first bring your gaze to the floor, and then slowly bring your chin to your chest. Once your chin makes it to your chest, then start moving down through that spine. Find in between the shoulder blades. Then slowly down that middle back. Keep moving down to the low back until finally the tailbone curls under. All right. You can shake it out a little bit, and then I want you guys to meet me right back in cat, okay? So we're all going to be in this position. That's cat and cow, okay? So cat's just like this. So relax that back a little bit. We're going to do some pails and rails from cat. We've never done that, right? Have we done that before? It's one of my favorite drills. Have we? Have we done it where we're in this position and then we pull and push our hands back and forth?
No.
Okay, good. Not good, but I thought maybe we had. But this is one of my favorite drills to kind of work on our back and to help kind of expand, not just the range, but to like get aware of how to move through the back, right? Like us hockey guys, especially guys that have big upper bodies, have strong upper bodies, this part of our back, like this part, I'm showing you my front, but this part of your back is always is tight, so tight, like limited range, right? Like getting your arms up overhead is always hard. It's hard for me and everyone, right? Like our guys like us. This kind of stuff really helps. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into this cat position. We're gonna do some pails and rails. So we're gonna be pushing our hands and our knees away from each other, and then we'll pull them towards each other, all while we're staying in this really curved spine, okay? So we really wanna work into that position and tell ourselves and teach our body that we're comfortable with this really full extension of our spine, right? Okay, so that's what we're gonna do in this drill. So the pail is going to be, we're pulling, or we're pushing, I think, yeah. Hands and feet, yeah. So we're gonna start by pushing them apart. So literally pulling our hands away from our knees and pushing our knees and feet backwards. And then the rail is pulling them together. And you're really gonna feel your core, especially on the rail, when you start pulling together, you should really feel the lower abs, really, as we pull our tailbone, right? When you pull your tailbone under like this way, you should feel your flexors helping, right? But this way, it's all core. It's all those really low abdomens. That's what I want you to feel as you're pulling in, okay? As you're pushing out, you should feel it more through the chest and through the upper back, okay? So let's get set up in that cat. So same thing. So knees and hips are aligned. Wrists and shoulders are aligned. And you don't have to think too much about how deep your cat is, but find your cat and then we're just gonna hang out here, okay? So nice and strong, deep breath in and deep breath out. So find that cat. Deep breath in. Really fill your lungs. Let your body know it's good here. Get those ribs completely filled in. And then let it out. Okay, here we go. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, we're going to start to push our hands and our knees away from each other. Maintain that cat position of your spine and push about 10 or 20% of your effort. Hold right there. 10, 9, push those hands away. Push the knees away. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now maintain your tension and just reverse the tension. So pull your hands towards your knees. Pull your knees towards your hands. Keep your spine in that curve. Feel those low abs. Feel them. Pull. Hold. 3, 2, 1. And relax here in cat. Keep your cat. Just breathe into that cat. Deep breath in. Fill those lungs. And exhale. Just relax in your cat. Keep that tailbone under. Keep that chin to your chest. Keep that max curve in your spine. Deep breath in. Exhale. Here we go again. Push those hands and knees away from each other. Keep that curve in your spine and push. A little harder than last time. Maybe you get up to 30 or 40% effort here. Pushing the hands away from the knees. Knees away from the hands. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now reverse. Think about pulling. Feel those low abs. Pull the knees and hands towards each other. Pull. Keep that curve in your spine. Keep that tailbone under. Hold. 3, 2, 1. And keep that cat. Just breathe. Nice and slow. Breathe in and out. Just relax in this cat. Deep breath in and out. All right, we can turn it into a cow here. So let's start with our tail. Tilt that tailbone up. Really slow here. Move up through that low back as slow as you can. Find that middle back. March through that middle back. Really meditate as slow as you can. Find in between those shoulder blades. Find the base of that neck. And then lastly, bring your gaze up. And now starting with our head again, you're going to bring your gaze down. Chin to your chest. Once your chin's all the way to your chest, start to move through your back. Find in between those shoulder blades. Find that middle spine. And then slowly get to that low back. And lastly, curve the tailbone under. Max out that cat once again. And then just slowly come back out of that and shake it out a little bit. Woo! Those are awesome, eh? I love it. Those are great, guys. Those are really good. You can work those on your own anytime, okay? Really good for expansion. So really, when we get into those positions, frog, cat, where they're kind of uncomfortable, and we work through pails and rails, it becomes easier to get into those positions. It also is going to prevent you from getting hurt when you're in those positions. Okay, so that's what we're doing. We're training the nervous system. We're training your joints to be prepared, okay? So we're going to do one more drill from tabletop. Do you have a block, Cole?
I have this.
You have a pillow, eh? Do you have anything you could put, that might not, well, what I want, why I'm asking is because I want some feedback beside one of your legs, like this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some hip cars from abduction. So capsule cars from here. But the only way to kind of really tell, you can put the pillow there and it'll just be feedback. Why I like a block is because if I cheat, I know I cheat, okay? So it'll more just be feedback. Yeah, if you can stand it up a little bit beside your leg, that would work, okay? Yeah, that'll work. That'll make it even harder probably because that doesn't balance as well and that'll fall pretty easy. So yeah, you even got a harder one. So Christian, you got a block there, buddy?
Yeah.
So let's put that block right beside our right knee in this quadruped. So we're in this tabletop still, and I want this right beside here. All it is a feedback. It's just, I don't want you doing this, okay? We want to really stay nice and strong and have the movement isolated to this hip, okay? So those right toes are curled under, so you're in the same quadruped. All we're gonna do is we're gonna kick that leg up and then find abduction. Actually, let's go the other way. Sorry, check that. You're gonna bring that knee up to your elbow and then open. Okay, and then try to keep the knee right there. And all we're gonna do is bring that heel towards your butt and then bring that heel towards the floor. Keep the knee right where it's at. Bring that heel towards your butt. Keep the knee there in abduction, Christian, and then back to the floor. Here, start again. Set it up again. Watch. So bring the knee up to your elbow and then just open it. And now keep the knee right there. Don't change the knee. Just swing the heel high and then swing the knee low. Swing the knee high, the heel high, swing the heel low. Nice and strong. One more time up and one more time down. And then we'll finish that car off. Does that make sense? So we're trying to do this. We're trying to do these drills. But in that abduction of quadruped, okay? So that's why the block is going to prevent us from kind of leaning and cheating, okay? So the knee shouldn't move too much. So that's why I want you to set up like this and then try to keep the knee there. And all we're trying to do is this. Very little movement, internal and external rotation through that capsule, okay? Let's do the other side. Nice and set up here. You're going to bring that knee up to the elbow and then open that hip up and try to maintain that position right there. Okay, here we go. Bring that heel up, bring that heel down. Heel up, heel down. Heel up, and heel down. One more time, up, down. And let's finish that car off. So internally rotate up into extension, bring it back to the mat. You should feel all kind of stuff through here. Trying to move that, yeah? Okay, beautiful. Okay, we're gonna get into half kneel. Okay, so we'll do a little bit of stuff here. Oh yeah, what time is it? Oh, this has been a good class, we've been productive. Okay, so half kneeling looks just like this. If you need a pillow or something, you might need it under your back knee here. Sometimes my right knee bothers me here, so you guys might feel similar. And I guess we'll start with left knee down, okay? So you could be just like this. You could use your stick if you need for balance. But what I wanna start with is just lumbar curls, okay? So that low back. So see that? So all we want to do is tilt that pelvis. Anterior pelvic tilt. So there's posterior and anterior. Anterior is when we bring it under. So tailbone under, that's anterior. This way's posterior. As hockey players, we almost are always all stuck like this, right? Like most guys are like, oh, you got a big hockey butt, right? It's not really you got a big butt, it's because we always are like this. So we want to be able to train it to get our butt this way. We want to be able to move the other direction. It'll help you guys, okay? So what I want to do is here, you can take your left hand and place it just on this waist, under your hip here, okay? And then think about really curving that tailbone under. You should feel a great stretch through this hip flexor on that back leg. Really curve it all the way under and then reverse it. Tilt that tailbone back up to the sky. Okay, so right like that, and then tilt it back under. We're gonna go 3 like that. Feel that nice stretch in that hip flexor, and then tilt it back to the sky. Keep your knee and foot nice and strong on the floor, so we're fully tilted to the sky. One more time, tilt it under. Feel that hip flexor. Now when you tilt it under too, tilt it all the way, you should feel those low abs, right? Just like in that big cat we were in. And then reverse it, tilt it back high. All right, you can just let it go back to neutral, natural, neutral, whatever you want to call it. So wherever your hip likes to sit naturally. Okay, if you have your ball, please grab it. We're gonna do a little car. If you don't have it, it's not the end of the world. You got one, Chris? Okay, beautiful. Okay, so with our left hand, we're gonna squeeze that ball and we're gonna scoop that arm right up in front of us. So biceps facing the sky. We're in external rotation, right? So our shoulders in max external rotation, bringing that bicep right up to your ear. Before your ribs and back want to help, now we start to internally rotate. So spin through that shoulder joint and start to reach behind you. Keep your chest square, Cole. Keep everything square to the front. None of this. Keep this square. Keep your chest, yeah, there we go. Max out internal rotation, and then keep that arm coming around. We'll do full circle. Ready? As we pass your knee, externally rotate, so bring that bicep to the sky, and then bring it up past your nose, get it to your ear, and then internally rotate as you pass your ear. Spin through that shoulder joint, spin through here, keep spinning, reach behind you, max out internal rotation, and then drag those knuckles around. Past your knee, externally rotate the whole arm, bring it up past your nose, get it up to your ear, max out external rotation. So we're turned all the way this way in our shoulder, and then internally rotate it, spin it this way. Reach all the way behind you, spin through that shoulder joint, and then drag those knuckles around. This time, bring an external rotation all the way up. Max out external rotation. That means you're externally rotating that shoulder. Bring it up to your ear. Hold right there. We're gonna go the other direction. So keep that external rotation and then bring it back down in front of you. So it's still an external rotation, past that knee. Now I want you to internally rotate that shoulder and bring it up into max internal rotation right here. Just like we were ending the last one, remember? Triceps engaged. Now externally rotate again. Spin through that shoulder and reach back up towards your ear. Bicep finds your ear, and then keep externally rotating. Keep spinning this arm. Keep spinning it. Spin. Bring it to your knee, and now internally rotate. Reverse that spin. Internally rotate. Max out internal rotation behind you, and then reverse it into external. Spin, reach high. We got one more. Find that ear and that bicep, and then keep spinning that arm. Keep spinning in front of you. Max out that external. Get to your knee. Internally rotate. Bring it into internal rotation. Max that out. Find that tricep engagement. Reverse. Spin up, wide, and high. Reach for that ear. Keep externally rotating as it comes down. And we'll switch sides. All right? Switch sides. So it's just like so. We'll do our lumbars first. Okay, so one thing here, Cole, I know we haven't done these too many together. We really want to try and keep everything square, okay? So we want to isolate the movement to just this shoulder joint. So really want to turn and keep that shoulder, that arm as close to the body as possible, and really turning through the shoulder, turn. That's why we want to squeeze the ball to keep a nice strong arm. Max, that's internal rotation max. And then externally rotate, right? So we're turning through the shoulder, even as we're reaching, trying to keep it nice and tight to the body, okay? I don't have the best mobility in my shoulder, but some of these guys, what they do, these real mobility guys, they'll like do this on the wall. So they'll be like right here on the wall, and they force themselves to find their shoulder car around the wall, even with their chest nice and square. So that's long term where we all want to kind of be, okay? Shoot, let's go back on this side. So we got our left knee up, right knee's down. Take that right hand and place it on that hip, and we're gonna do our lumbar curves first, right? So first, tailbone tilt it all the way up to the sky. And then we're gonna tilt that under, feel that nice stretch in that hip flexor, anterior tilt in the pelvis. Feel those low abs, and then reverse it, tilt it back up to the sky. Max that out and tilt it back under. And then tilt it back up to the sky. These are great options to kind of clean up your low back. Tilt it back under. So if you're finding you're having trouble in cat-cow, or you just have low back pain, tilt it back to the sky. This is a great way to kind of just adjust it, right? You can focus on each side of that low back. Does that make sense, right? Because we're doing just basically one side at a time here, right? As opposed to doing both. Okay, so get back to your natural position. Grab your ball. We'll get our shoulder cars in here. Nice and strong. Squeeze that ball, and we're gonna swing it right out in front of us, externally rotated. So bring that bicep up past your nose, up to your ear. You're in max external rotation first. Don't let your ribs or chest help. You're gonna start to spin just through that shoulder, really internally rotating. Spinning, just the shoulder joint. Squeeze that ball, reach all the way behind you. Max out internal rotation, feel that tricep, and then drag those knuckles in front of you. Once we get to our knee, externally rotate. So to really spin that bicep up to the sky, bring it up past your nose, get it up to your ear. Once you're at that max, that first roadblock, start to internally rotate that shoulder, reaching high and wide as you can. Spin through that shoulder joint, spin, reach behind you, max out internal. and then drag those knuckles down, get to your knee, externally rotate shoulder, spin, spin, spin. Reach that bicep up to the sky, max out external rotation, find that ear, and then internally rotate, spin all the way around. Reach behind you, keep spinning through that shoulder joint, squeeze that ball, find your tricep engagement right there, and then drag those knuckles down through. This time we're gonna freeze at our ear. Externally rotate, max out external rotation, bring it up to your ear, max that out. Find your max external, freeze right there, and then bring it right back down. Keep that external rotation, keep that there. Keep your external, find your knee, and then spin into internal. Reach back, max out internal rotation, and then externally rotate, reach up high and wide. Reach, squeeze that ball, bring that bicep up to the ear, and then continue that external rotation. Continue spinning in front of your nose, continue with that external, find that knee, and then internally rotate. Spin through that shoulder, reach behind you, max out internal rotation, and then externally rotate. Up, high and wide, reach for that ear. Spin in front of the face, keep turning in front of the body. Keep turning, find that knee. We got one more, max out internal rotation, spin. Engage that tricep, squeeze that ball, and then externally rotate, spin, up high and wide. Reach for that ear, in front of that nose, and then keep spinning back, down to the floor. And we'll switch sides for one more little drill from half kneeling here, okay? So just like so, you can actually use your stick here. You might need it, okay? So all we want to do is we're going to bend this back knee and do that, okay? So we're going to stay in this nice half kneel. I don't know if you saw that, Cole. So this is basically what we're going to do. See my back knee? All we're going to do is engage that hamstring. Like this hamstring needs to be on fire, okay? We're going to bend this knee as much as we can, point the toes, flex the toes, and then return it back down with control. Expect some cramping here, okay? So deep breath in. We'll let Cole get set up and Christian get set up. Yeah, a pillow under the knee might be beneficial for this one for sure. Okay, deep breath in and out. Deep breath in. Turn on that hamstring and glute first. Ready? Now bend that knee. Try to lift that heel as close to your butt as you can. Then point the toes, flex the toes, and slowly bring it back down to the mat. Keep this tilt in the pelvis the whole time, okay? Deep breath in. Exhale, bend that knee, bring that heel as close to the butt as you can. Point the toes, flex the toes, and bring it back down to the mat. Really controlled, slow and relax here. Let that hamstring relax, deep breath in. Turn it on again, make sure pelvis is tilted. Turn that glute on, feel the hamstring come on, and now let's bend that knee, lift that heel, try to get it as close to the butt as you can, close, close, close. Point the toes, flex the toes, slowly back down. Yeah, one more, here we go, nice and strong. Make sure our pelvis is tilted under, turn on the butt, turn on the hamstring. Here we go, ready, bend the knee, lift that heel, find your butt, point the toes, flex the toes, and return it home. Awesome, we'll switch sides, guys. That is not easy if done correctly. Roll this up a bit. This one always bothers me. Okay, so we'll do the other side. Okay, here we go. Nice and set up. Posterior pelvic tilt. Anterior, I should say, excuse me. Right, so the pelvis is under. Nice and strong. Deep breath in. Turn on the butt. Turn on the glute, the hamstring and the glutes. And ready, let's bring that heel right up to the butt. Flex the toes. Point the toes, I should say. Flex the toes. Slowly back down. Deep breath in. And out. Find that hamstring, find that glute, and bend that knee. Find that heel to the butt. Point. Flex. Extend back down. Here we go again. Find that breath. Turn on the hamstring, turn on the glute, bend the knee. Bring that heel right up to the butt, bring it up. Point the toes. Flex the toes, right back down. You all right, Cole? A little cramp? Okay, one more time here, guys. Here we go. Turn on that hamstring, turn on that glute. Make sure the pelvis is tilted. Bend that knee. Find your butt if you can. Point the toes. Flex the toes. Back down. You can slowly come out of that. Awesome, awesome work. What do we want to do now? Ooh, the Cossack challenge. And we're on to the challenge with 7 minutes left, so we won't have much time to cool down or to breathe today. Okay, so first thing, oh geez. Okay guys, sorry in advance. We're gonna sit in horse here for a couple minutes. Maybe we'll just do 1 minute, okay? I don't think you guys need a full 2. We've had a lot of work here. So grab your stick. You guys know what horse looks like? Have we done horse together? No? Okay,
No.
You're in for a treat then. Okay, so horse is basically, think about your mohawk. So as hockey players, that's the way I like to think about it. That's where you kind of want to be strong, right? Like you want to have that spread eagle on the ice. This is a drill I steal from like Kung Fu guys though. The Kung Fu guys love this. If you Google like Kung Fu, these guys will sit like this for hours. Like they'll sit like this for days, okay? So all we want to do is get a little bit wider than hip distance. I want your knees and toes to be kind of pointing the same way. And deep breath in. Exhale, you're just gonna bend those knees and come and sit into this nice, comfortable horse. And we're gonna hold our stick right out in front of us, nice and straight and parallel to the ground. Okay? And we're gonna sit here for a few nice, solid breaths. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Use that breath to calm the nervous system in and out. Sink a little more into those hips. Deep breath in and out. Fight it, Cole. You got it, buddy. Deep breath in and out. 3 more deep breaths here. In and out. In and out. 1 more nice deep breath in. And exhale, you can push out of that squat. That is a horse squat, okay? So these guys, these Kung Fu guys will literally sit in this position for hours. Like they'll sit on telephone poles and crazy like balancing things and they're just sitting here. They'll have like candles on their arms and shit. It's wild, but think about the strength you're building through not even moving. Through just literally holding this position. The amount of strength and resilience you're gonna build through all of this tissue, okay? Awesome stuff. You guys can also work on that anytime you want, right? Okay, so we are gonna do some Cossack squat stuff, right? So from wherever you guys were in horse here, I want you to try and lean out over the opposite leg, okay? So from this horse position, think about it. So let's first, our legs are straight. Let's come down into that horse again. And then all you're gonna do is straighten one leg. So straighten that left leg, and then we're gonna come back up. And then bend out over that right leg. Get as deep as you can into that Cossack, and then come right back up. Left side, nice and slow. Find that depth, come right back up. All right, as long as your feet stay on the ground, don't let your heels come up. Find that depth, and come right back up. Other side, find that depth, come right back up. We'll do 2 more, 1 more per each side here. Actually, we'll go 2 more. Right down on this side. 1 more on this side, and then we're gonna switch it up. Come back up, and 1 more on this side. Feel that depth, find that depth, and push back up. All right? So we're gonna sink onto this side now, and we're gonna hold that position. So if this is your depth, you don't need to come down. I want you to come about 3/4 of that depth, okay? So if this is your depth, you're just gonna barely bend that knee, okay? So come right down, we're just gonna hold that position for about 20 seconds. So find that depth and hold. And breathe in and out. In and out.
Think about even pulling your feet together. Push the ground with those heels. Maintain a strong base, strong position here. Hold, breathe. Now push that left leg back up to straight. Find that position. Now let's come out over the right. Find that depth, about 3/4 of your depth. Deep breath in and hold that position. Nice and strong. Push the heels into the ground. Find that strength through this groin. Nice long left leg. Maintain this position and hold. Breathe. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now push that leg straight back up. Okay, one more little drill from here, okay? We're gonna do the same thing we did where we did these, okay? But we're gonna try to stay low. So we're gonna try to go side to side, okay? So maybe we'll get 4 of them, okay? See how you feel. These are really tough, guys. It took a long time for me to work on these, but they're awesome. Do your best, okay? So find that nice tall body. Ready, Cole? Here we go. We're gonna start with our left leg. So let's get nice and low over that left leg. Find your depth. Now maintain this low position and try to slide right across through horse over to the other side. See that? So instead of coming all the way straight, try to slide across through horse to the other side. Through horse to the other side. Nice and smooth. Find your fluidity here. Find your flow. Come back over. Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. Awesome stuff, guys. Let's go 2 more each direction. So bring it back over the left, back over the right, back over the left, and then one more time over the right, and then we'll push back up to straight, all right? Get over that right, and then push up to straight. All right, guys. This should be achievable for you guys in the near future. This is not something that's out of the ordinary, right? Like, look at, you guys could do this and think about how much better, how much stronger your legs and stride are gonna be if you're strong in these types of positions. No one's gonna knock you over. No one will knock you over. No one can, you can't move me, okay? I wish I could give you my legs. Okay, those are our challenges. We've got 1 minute before 11, so why don't we just sit in a nice comfortable position. I was gonna do 90-90 for a bit, but instead, let's just breathe here for a couple of minutes. So, I'll give you guys a little breathing class. How about that? First thing, and I think we've done this before as a group, is sympathetic breathing. Parasympathetic, excuse me. So we've done that where we take deep breaths in, and then even longer exhales. Deep breath in and really long exhales, and that helps our body relax. That helps our body kind of calm down and know that we're in a comfortable state and we're okay. So if you're in the last minute of a game, if you're super stressed out and you want to kind of calm down, that's the type of breathing you want. If you're about to do a workout, you're going to go lift some weights, or it's pre-game, you want to do sympathetic breathing. That's going to get your body ready for a flight or fight, okay? So like when you're about to, a bear crosses your path in the forest, the way your nervous system reacts to that, that's your sympathetic nervous system. That's how you just react and run away, or maybe you fight the bear or whatever it may be. That's your sympathetic nervous system. Your parasympathetic nervous system is what helps you calm down and make rational decisions. Make sense? So by different breathing techniques, you can tap into either one of those nervous systems, okay? So first, let's start with our sympathetic. So if you take a deep breath in and out, just take some deep breaths in, deep breath out. All right, it's a little tricky sometimes. So here, deep breath in and out. Just get that breath going nice and consistently in and out. Okay, we're gonna start by filling our lungs right up. So keep that breath going. Deep breath in and just a little bit out. Deep breath in, a little bit out. Deep breath in, just a little bit out. Deep breath in, keep it going, just a little tiny bit out. Deep breath in, fill your lungs up completely. Everything's full, little tiny bit out. And then one more time, all the way in, and hold. 20 seconds, we're gonna hold it right here. If you need to breathe, go ahead, but try to hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and breathe out. Deep breath in. And let everything out. Deep breath in. Everything out. Small breath in. Everything out. So we're gonna do the opposite now. Small breath in. Everything out. Really push it all out. Small breath in. Really empty your lungs out. Get everything out. One more time, a little bit in. And then get it all out. And ready? Hold your breath. Hold it right there. Way harder. Hold 15 seconds here. Hold. If you need to breathe, breathe, but try to hold. 3, 2, 1. Gently breathe in. And out. In. And out. And now here we go. We're going to go through 10 breaths. I want you just to go nice and hard in and gently out. In and out. In, out. Next one. In, hold. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let it out. And hold again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Deep breath in. And out. And just come back to your normal breath now. So that right there, doing some of that type of exercising with your breathing, that will prepare your body. That's going to cover your blood with oxygen cells. So it's going to give your body extra oxygen when you need it most, when you're preparing to take on an animal or go on the ice or lift 500 pounds above your waist, above your head, okay? That's the type of breathing you want to work on. When you're already in a stressful environment, meaning maybe you're playing in the middle of a game or you're getting ready for a test, or you just want to calm down. Maybe you're stressed out. Maybe some girl gave you a hard time. Then you want to do this type of breathing, okay? So nice and slowly in and out. This time we're going to really extend our exhale. So breathe in and exhale longer than you need to. More out. And then a gentle inhale and long exhale. Gentle inhale and long exhale. One more time in and long out. And then just come back to your normal breath. And notice how that, 20 seconds of parasympathetic breathing, it calmed us right down after the stressful sympathetic breathing, right? And that was a really simple one I brought you guys through, just to give you an example. But with some really breath holding and that saturation breathing and the breath holds, that really can prepare your body for some ass kicking events, okay? And then the parasympathetic puts you into a calm state. So even when you're sitting in frog and you're stressed out and your knees are going crazy, I want you to think about parasympathetic breathing, right? So that's really, and calmly exhaling, because your body is in a sympathetic state. When your leg is like, oh, this is so uncomfortable, right? When you're shaking, you're like, oh shit, this is painful. That's a sympathetic reaction. So we want to try and get it into a parasympathetic mode. Make sense? Like, you guys are understanding this, right? It's like when you're on the ice, your body's already in a sympathetic mode, right? You're going in the corner, some guy's trying to take your head off. So you've got this fight or flight reaction. So by being able to tap into that parasympathetic state, you'll get more patience, you'll get more thinking, you'll get more focus when you're on the ice, as opposed to always freaking out and panicking. Cool? So it's kind of a good little tools you guys can take advantage of as hockey players, yeah? All right, guys. Well, we got one more scheduled for next Thursday.